So we're on to the next phase with our ram pump. What we need to do is design an intake, and we want to design it in such a way that it doesn't get clogged by debris and silt as stuff is flowing down the creek. So I found this design on Land to House with Seth Johnson, and I modified it a little bit just based on parts availability near me. So I'll show you what I'm planning on doing. We'll get it built real quick, and then we'll take it down to the creek and see how it works. So the main idea is the water is going to be flowing this direction, so towards the camera. So what we want to do is we want to design this in a way that the water goes over it, and then we're going to put one of these mesh screens right here, and there's a sticker on it, but you can see that it's a mesh. We'll put that on, and then we'll connect these together and put another one on, and then this pipe right here will be a 2-inch pipe that goes through the creek, through a little dam that we're going to build, and it'll connect to another 2-inch pipe that will take the water to our ram pump. So this will essentially be the supply line to our ram pump. So what I've got to do real quick is cut a bunch of short pieces of pipe so that I could get these fitted together. I could use what's called a street elbow, but they were more expensive. This is a little bit more work, but cheaper. So I'll set up the camera and cut a bunch of pipe, and we'll get to it. All right, these are not the straightest, but they don't have to be. I'm going to take the burrs off of these real quick though with the back of my knife. Those are done. We'll dry fit those here in a minute. Let me get these stickers off. Yeah, it's a pain to get these off. But we want them off because we want water flowing through here. Alright, that's about the best I can do with my fingers. Oh, by the way, Leatherman Skeletal. Love it. The only thing I don't like is these clips wear out, and then it comes unhooked from my pocket, and I've lost several in the field. So. Alright, that's as clean as I'm willing to try to get them right now. So once again, to get these together, we'll just it does not have to be perfect. As an old friend used to say, you can't see it from Charlotte. So then these will go in like this. Okay, so basically that's what it'll look like. This is all dry fit from right now. I'll get them glued up. I am not a plumber, but I play one on YouTube. And what I'll do is I'll get these glued up, and you know, this does not have to be perfect. This is sitting in the bottom of a creek, not in somebody's house. So, all right, I don't want to smell like solvent all day, so I went and got some gloves. So, all right, next one needs to go on the inside of this. The outside of this one. Yeah. Okay, that one's done. Okay, and this needs to go in here. You know what, I'll go ahead and get one of these other ones too. Both of these. Okay, I'll take the glue, put the glue in here, put the glue out there. Okay, those are in. We'll do the inside of this pipe, the inside of this pipe. Let's just hit them all with the primer real quick. Okay, should be done with the primer. Oh, nope. I'm gonna do these. Alright, and I'm just trying to get through this quickly because I actually have to get to work soon, so. Okay, so now I will use the glue outside of here and inside of here. And these will get fitted together. Right, lined up. And this one in here, and this around here. All right, I get my glue and my primer all situated. So I got that all glued up. You know, I'll pick through some of these stickers and get that cleaned up a little bit more. I'm not going to glue this in yet because it's going to depend on how long I make this pipe. So we're just going to dry fit that for now. But we'll go put it in the creek here in a minute and see how it looks. All right, so we're going to go down to our creek and set up this intake and see how it looks. One thing I will have to do is I built kind of an earthen dam in there. I'm going to have to wash that out real quick with this bucket that I've got, and then we can set it up and see how it looks. So I'll show you a little bit of this area. So I try to keep it mowed because there are a lot of ticks and snakes and all sorts of things down here. So this is an area on our property where we hope to build a pond at some point, probably about an 1.5 acre pond. There are several springs down here, and we're working with a pond builder in the area that's going to get all the necessary permitting and whatnot done for us. So it's hard to see, but right over there's one spring, and then there's two right here. There's one upstream, and then there's one by this old stump right here. So all but this one feed in to this creek right over here. And so what we're gonna do is, you can see I've kind of been playing around with a pipe down there. We're gonna put our intake down there somewhere and then run it to right about where that pipe's at. And then there in the middle where I have an earthen dam, we'll actually put concrete across it. Just basically a little weir. So what I'm gonna do right now is go down in there, pick up some of those rocks, and see if we can get the intake down in there. Okay, so this creek at its driest was still producing 3 gallons a minute, and that's enough to run a 3/4 inch ram pump. And right here, there's a natural channel. There's a rock that comes down this way and a rock that kind of comes this way, and then there's just this V shape. So what I'm hoping to do is put the intake down there, run this 2-inch pipe this way, and then build a concrete dam here that'll kind of dam that up, and then that'll be my source. And this creek, actually, on a real bad rain, we get about 40 acres of watershed through here, will go up several feet. So I'm hoping by keeping this low right here in this groove, it's not going to wash out. As I was saying, the rocks here kind of form this V shape, and so we want to get the pipe as low as possible in here. So I'm gonna see if I can get more of this mud out. Okay, that's probably good enough because we've got kind of a narrow channel here, and so it goes deep. So that's about as low as I'll get the pipe. So what we'll do is we'll put the pipe in the intake there. I did not bring a shovel to do a little test, but we'll give this a shot, and then later we're gonna come back and put concrete in here. So mainly I wanna see how level it is. So I'll put you back and we'll get to it. Once again, we're just dry fitting this for now. So water is not coming out of the pipe right now, which I didn't expect it to, because that's actually higher down there. So it's higher down there than it is here. So that's why I'm gonna have to build a dam. But what I wanna know is how high of a dam I need to build. So I know there's water in this pipe. I'm gonna lift it up and see if it drains out down there. There it goes. So that's draining out. So it looks like only about 2 inches from this point here. So I'll put that back down in the creek. And then what we plan on doing is I'm gonna get some cinder blocks and feed this through the cinder block and basically make this run through several cinder blocks just to hold it down when we have these bad floods. And that spot right there, I think I'll only have to concrete in about 6 inches. So let me try that again. I'm gonna lift up the pipe, see if water drains out. Water's draining out there. So yeah, I've only got to lift it on this end about 2 inches. I wish I could make the pipe go that way, but I've got too much rock and stuff here. I guess I could probably do that. Put it up on this rock. And then build my dam. Because that's about level right there. And I'll bring my level out here to double check. But if that's level, then yeah, I just got to build something right there. Right in there. So that'll be easy. I'll just use a siphon and drain all this water out. And then I'll probably just mix concrete and just throw it there. I don't think I'm even going to use a form. I'll throw some down below the pipe, get the pipe to settle down in it, and then throw concrete, because it's really just to slow stuff down. I don't have to trap every bit of water. So then from here, so this is the intake. Water flows this way. The water will go around and leaves and debris will pass by, but water will seep in here. And it'll go down this pipe. And from there, I'm going to connect 2-inch poly pipe, which I'll show you here in a minute, down at that end. And then it'll flow. The 2-inch pipe will go along the right side of this creek. At some point, it'll cross it on the other side, and it'll run down the left side of the creek because it's flat down there, and I can put a ram pump up here. It's kind of a cliff. And so that'll go down a couple 100 feet probably. And then it'll go into, that 2-inch will go down to a 3/4 inch. And I'll probably do a standpipe, which I'll show you later. And then that'll run 75 feet down to the ram pump. We're not expecting rain, but if we get a sudden rain, it'll wash this downstream, and I don't need that to happen right now. So, all right, so I think that'll work. Grab my bucket. Okay, and then that's the 2-inch poly that'll go into. And I'll show you real quick. Basically, this is a short piece of poly. It'll be my standpipe. But basically it'll run down the left side of this creek. This is a good ways. I'm not gonna walk the whole distance. it'll continue down the right side of this creek. And then down there at that bend, it bends to the left. That's where it turns into a cliff. So we'll cross the creek somewhere in here with that pipe. I'll make a little bridge to cross the creek, and then it'll continue. This will all be 2-inch as far as you can see. Then it'll go to a 3/4 inch. I think this will make a great pond site eventually. The dam will be somewhere in here, and then most of the pond will actually go back that way for quite a ways. All right, so that's it for now. We know that that intake will sit in there level. I've got a plan now for the concrete. So it's 8:15 in the morning. I'm gonna go get a shower and then get to work. And I work from home, so it makes these projects easier to do, but I've just got to do them in short little phases and not try to get everything done in one day. So hope you have a good day, and we'll continue these videos here in a little bit.